Hello everybody, it's Kelly from Take One Dog Training. Well, actually it's Hades that's on your screen right now because he likes being in front of the camera much more than I do. I hope you'll all enjoy this video presentation I put together on how I help my dogs understand and learn duration and then use it in my scent detection. Here I am with one of my young dog's times, and we're just doing hand targeting that most of you should have learned in a basic puppy class. So it's just his nose touching my hand. And then I'm going to ask for a little bit of duration from him. Okay, so now I'm using reward placement to build up the value for him touching my hand. So he looks away there, and then he goes back and puts his nose on my hand. So I'm looking at my hand. I'm not looking at the dog, and I don't want to make eye contact with the dog. Watch here. He does this, and then he pushes even harder. Exactly what I want. Here we've switched to the chin rest. And again, my reward placement still going into the hand that the dog has got his chin in. Waiting for him to commit a bit better. And I want him to watch this. I wait him out, looking at my hand. There we go. He settles in and commits to it. Right? Great exercise for teaching duration. Also great for the vet's office. And of course, it's a prerequisite for the dumbbell holds for obedience. Here's Hades doing a pretty good job of demoing the duration and commitment to a hand target, even with food coming towards him slowly. I'm still using that important reward placement, and now I've added my duration marker, which is good, which tells my dogs, I love what you're doing, keep doing it. Good does not mean you're done. Spin your head around and look at me and wait for the food to come. Okay, it's also important that I say good, then it's followed by the food. Here I say it, I move my hand, he looks to the food, I stop, even move the food away from him a bit, and then when he reconnects, I continue on. Here's Hades doing the chin rest exercise. Now what I've done here is I've replaced now my good duration marker with the word alert. So when my dogs hear alert, it's just a duration marker to them. So when we're at a trial and they find a hide, they hold position, indicating they found something. I raise my hand and say alert, and then I bring the reward to them. So here I'm going to introduce duration to the odor. My dog's already been introduced to odor, but now I'm going to work on adding duration to the dog with the odor. Now this is just a couple old Tupperware containers that I got out of my cupboard. I put a Q-tip with wintergreen on the bottom of one of them, put a paper towel over it so it wasn't visible through the clear container, put another container on top with a hole in it so that the odor came through. The second container is exactly the same minus the odor. Toss the cookie off, switch it up a bit. So I went there to reward and his head came up when I moved. So I just froze, wait for a bit of duration, toss the cookie in. Oops. Okay, so he's giving me good duration. In fact, when I was editing, I thought the video froze. So this is Chelan with her dog Charlie, who happens to be a Hades son. Now, this is Charlie's first introduction to the boxes. There's wintergreen in that box. And he has done the containers maybe 3 or 4 times prior to this. And Chelan's done as much scent stuff as Charlie has. So she's doing really well. Trying to build duration for having his nose on the box. There we go. That was a nice one. We're also working on him not turning towards the food every time Chelan moves. Now, how she could help improve this is not presenting the food out first before saying her marker word. Now, she's also using yes here, and a lot of dogs think that, and for a lot of them it is, their termination marker. So they hear yes and they've think, oh, I've done the right thing and I'm done and I get the treat. So they're going to leave the box and come to the handler for that reward. So we could add good in here or even not include a marker yet. Okay, getting some really good stuff though. Definitely a huge improvement in this short period of time for both of them. Nice. Put his foot on it, then got his foot off of it and pushed really hard with his nose. Now, Chelan's missing some good opportunities here, but that's normal because she's wanting to do the right thing and hesitates. Overall, good stuff from them. Okay, so I got her putting the food out of the way. Now he stepped on the box and she threw the treat. He comes back, he steps on the box. She throws the treat again to reset. Now the problem with this is she could pattern that. So he comes, steps on the box, she throws a treat, so he's rewarded, and he comes back, does the same. So I'm going to take a turn at working Charlie, see if I can't get him to commit a little bit more to staying on the box, add a little bit of duration. I've taken the food out of the picture. Food's behind my back, only comes out when I'm ready to pay. I'm not using a marker word of any at this point. I'm just putting the food where I want him to stay. So reward placement. I'm moving around more, stepping in towards the box, wanting to see that he'll hold it. So really, I'm putting the control on him. It's his choice to stay there and give the duration, and it will be rewarded. And again, reward placement, important. Of course, in a trial, we can't reward on top of the box, cannot throw the food on top of the box because that would contaminate it for everybody else. So you could reward just above out of your hand. Toss it and tell him to go get it. Food is thrown or lands on the ground, tell him to get it. Even if you drop it by accident, if you can't beat them to it, just say get it, so they think it was your ideal all along. Chelan's gonna finish our session off with Charlie. We've added a couple more boxes. They're just blank, and the one contains the odor. Food's out of the picture now. She's just bringing it out when she's going to pay him. He's understanding it. She has a better idea of the criteria in her head, and things are going really good. And we're going to end on that one. So I'm switching it up now for times, and I've put the odor into a little magnetic container from Sniffy Prints, and I just stick it to my fridge. When he comes in, I reward him right away at the source. He's looking around a lot because this is a brand new picture to him, so he's not quite sure how to take it. So I want to make sure I get in there when he goes to the odor and reward him right away at the source. Then after 2 or 3 times of that, I start asking for more duration. And then with each session, I'll move the odor around higher, lower, and then take it off the fridge, move it somewhere else. And then he'll start understanding that what his job is, no matter where he's doing it. They always just want to be right, so you have to be patient and supportive. Here's my experiment to see if Hades gives a clear enough indication that Shalane, who's never done a search before and has little experience, can tell when he locates the hide. She uses the finger follow to get him up to the start point. You can learn more about a finger follow on the TNT Training Center website. Now she's switching him from the martingale to the dead ring, which is my ritual every time. And then she's going to ask him to go check. Now, I did hide the odor, and to try to throw him off, I waved it all over the place before I put it at the location. Now, I did tell Shalane not to raise her hand and call alert unless she was certain. Otherwise, she owed me $100. She calls alert, and she is 100% right, so no $100 for me. I'd like to take this time to thank Shalane so much for helping and allowing me to use her in the video, and her daughter Ryan Young for doing the videoing for me.